Law classes are very serious, but today I am not in that mood. Let's go to a classroom. This classroom is very busy. Teacher was collecting the progress report of all her students, and one student come and give his progress report. Teacher takes a look at the progress report and ask him, "Is this really your father's signature or your signature?" The student is silent for few seconds and teacher has the answer. She asks her next question, "Why did you do so?" He says, "As you can see by yourself, I have failed in 5 subjects out of 6. Now, if I take this progress report to my parents for signature, they will kill me. So, I forged their signature." Now, teacher asks him, "Why did you do so?" He says, "This is what normally happens. I have previous experience." Hey guys, welcome to my legal classes. This is Ganesh Pujari, and in the series of Evidence Act, we were discussing chapter 2, which is all about relevancy of facts, covering from section 5 to 55. Now there is one section, that is section 16, whichever teacher they discuss with postcard delivery, and for a change I brought a real life experience. Now here the student knows what happens after a certain event. That is what normally going to happen. Now this section is quite similar, so I brought this example. The real life experiences cannot be straight away taken into legal aspect, but this is just an attempt to give a idea that how exactly existence of course of business when relevant. I am also going to give that post example in my next slide. Let's move to section 16. Section 16, one of the brief section which discusses about existence of course of business when relevant. When there is a question whether a particular act was done, the existence of any course of business according to which it naturally would have been done is a relevant fact. Here in the definition we have two major parts. In the first part we have if there is a natural course of business. What is a natural course of business? Now imagine you are using a food delivery app, for example Zomato, Swiggy or something. Now when you order food from these apps, the hotel will take the order, Zomato or Swiggy guy will reach there, they collect the food and then they deliver it to you. Now the moment you completed order, you know all the remaining process are going to happen. Now that is the natural course of business. Or when you are doing order on Flipkart or Amazon or any other apps where you are doing e-marketing, the moment you order something, you start getting messages like your order is received, or your shipment is packaged, or your shipment is in progress, or it is going to be delivered tomorrow, or it is delivered. All of that are natural course of business. The moment you order that, you know that these are the series which are going to happen, or these are the series which are following with your order. That is a natural course of business. You know that this is how it is going to happen. In that case, then the particular act is considered to be done. The moment you order, it is a relevant fact that it is going to be delivered. That is how we are treating this particular section. Now, the postcard example, every video, every teacher for section 16 will give the postcard example, so I will not skip that. Imagine you are posting a letter. The moment you post the letter, you very well aware that somebody is going to collect the letters, and then a postmaster will take the letters and he will deliver to the intended address. That is the probability you are thinking of, and there is one more probability. If you have wrote a letter to XYZ, it may be delivered to XYZ to the address you have mentioned, but if XYZ is no more in that address, what happens? It will come back to you. That is the natural course of business. Now you have only two probabilities. One, it will be delivered to XYZ, or it will come back to you. Now, after certain time of posting your letter in a particular post box, if it doesn't come back to you, that is a very relevant fact that it is delivered to the address to which you have intended. I hope that makes very clear. Just like the student example, he knows what is the natural course of business, what happens one after another. That is why I quoted that example. In my next slide, I am going to read out those two illustrations again related to postcard related aspects, and then I have a lot of case laws. All of them will be covered in my next slide. Not taking any much time on this slide, let's move to slide number 3. Here are the illustrations and case laws. I think I have discussed the illustrations in detail in my previous slide itself, so I am not getting in there. Let us straight away go to the case laws. One very important case law when it comes to section 16 is Rajani Sutradhar versus Vaikunta Chandra Saha. Now here what happened, there was a home where there were 3 tenants. Now the owner has sent a notice to all of them, and this was received by defendant number 2 and 3. Now defendant 1, who was the one among these 3 tenants, says that he has not received. But court says the notice is served, and in a normal course of business, it is assumed that the same has reached. And here it has already reached 2 also, and the argument of not receiving such notice was not supported in that particular case law. And then if you need more case laws, I have given as many as 6 case laws where it was held that if a letter is forwarded to a person by post duly registered, it must be presumed that it was tendered to him. Now this is very important aspect, that is duly registered. Now if there is stamp to be put, you need to put sufficient stamp. All those stuff need to be taken care. That is very important. That is why the term duly registered is added there. And this was held in as many as 6 case laws where I have given example. It was not just 6 case laws. I have brought 6 important case laws which have held this. That is Luth Ali Meha versus Pari Mohan, Scoos versus Jordan, Warren versus Warren, Woodlock versus Hurlsworth, Sanderson versus Judge, Dunlop versus Huggins. These are the 6 other important case laws that you can refer for the statement that I have added there. That is, if a letter is forwarded to a person by post duly registered, it must be presumed that it was tendered to him. How are we presuming? Because in a normal course of business, that is what happens. In a normal course of business, after completing every single video and loading, I also think that you are going to like it, you are going to share this with your friends, you are going to comment on my video. That's what I assume, and that is a normal course of business for me. And what next? I am starting series of videos on admission. Till then, thank you so much for subscribing my channel. Please like, share and comment my videos. All the very best for whatsoever purpose you are referring my channel, and thanks again.